Okay, guys, I am almost in tears today. My AI is not helping me, and I need it to do outlines and kind of keep me on track. So I'm going to do the best I can today. So bear with me on this Mercury retrograde mixtape Monday. Unbelievable. So, because I don't have any outline, I'm going to be struggling. We'll be right back. Okay, guys, I need you as much as you need me today. So be supportive in the chat. So, I'm Annabelle. I'm a tarot practitioner and psychic for over 35 years, if you don't know who I am. And this is Mixtape Monday, which is usually a production video, but today it's live because we had thunderstorms and I could not get ChatGPT to make my outline. I'm neurodivergent and I do need an outline, especially when I'm dealing with the psychic stuff because I'm doing all kinds of neat stuff. I also have a partially vampire eye going on over here. I broke a blood vessel in my eye at some point in the last couple of days. It's been an aggravating couple of days. So, but we'll talk about why it's been aggravating couple of days. I think I did the outro. Did I do the outro? For the I don't even know what I'm doing, guys. Why do I even have a channel? So, Mercury retrograde. Let's talk. We're going to talk about the astrology first. Then we're going to get into Harry and Meghan, the UK trip. We are working with the Madame Clara 5-cent tarot. I love this deck. One of the reasons I'm using it is because my good friend Alicia Wicker is getting a year older today. She is a Cancerian like me. So happy birthday to Alicia. If you're unfamiliar with Alicia Wicker, go on over, give her a sub. She does a lot of true crime. She does a lot of conspiracy theory stuff. She talks a little bit about the royals, but she's a little bit different from me. So a little bit of a different flavor to her royal readings. We've got 30 in the chat. Make sure you're slamming that like button. And if you're not subscribed already, give me a subscribe. It'll be fun. One of the things I do want to highlight to the existing community is we have new friends coming in. So over the weekend, I did a pop-up live with the fabulous Think Beautiful. Get on over there, give her a sub. She's about to hit a milestone. She is wonderful. She does the Harry and Meghan stuff, and boy, is she awesome. So we had a nice little chat. I did some readings for Harry and Meghan's upcoming UK trip. One of the things that I said was that I did think that Meghan was going to head to the Cotswolds to the Soho House, and it looks like that may be a psychic score. So I won't give myself a psychic score yet, but maybe we'll get to run this. So what I did predict is that we're going to see some pictures of Archie from Portugal, from this alleged Portugal trip. And I also said that we are going to see them at the Cotswolds, not acting in a professional capacity. Harry will do that on his own, possibly with Archie, but we're going to see Meghan and Lily possibly having like just a very merry holiday in the Cotswolds over at Soho Farmhouse, I believe it's called. So, so make sure that you guys give those Think Beautiful subscribers that are coming over, give them a warm welcome, make them feel as comfy cozy as all of us do here. So if you haven't seen the collaboration that I did with Think Beautiful, you can go over to my community page and there is a link there. It is only available on Think Beautiful's channel. So that being said, let's talk a little bit about the cosmic weather. We're going to do all 12 signs. We are going to look at Meghan's astrology and also Harry's astrology a little bit further into the middle part of this video, because I do think that it's really important in terms of all these changes that are going on at the for this trip that's going on. I guess Harry has not touched down yet. It is 2:41 p.m. New York time, July 6th. So reminder before we go any further, my birthday sale is ending on July 10th. So if you want to book and take advantage of that birthday pricing, get in there, go book your readings now, because I'm going to be at Weird Al Yankovic on my birthday. So I mean, taking some time off for my birthday. I think we're going to have thunderstorms a couple of days ahead. But after we do Harry and Meghan's astrology, we're also going to pull some cards for them. So I'll take some questions from you guys, and then we'll go into straight questions right at the end for all of you. So if I'm ready, are you guys ready? We're 6 minutes in. Let's get going. I'm going to bring up that card view, guys. Oh, not just yet. We're not going to bring up the card view yet. We are going to talk about your astrology first. So let's talk a little bit about the weather. So the themes for the next week are going to be to slow down, reassess, move with purpose. This is not a week for rushing. It is a week for clarity and addressing the details. The universe is going to ask you, before you sprint, make sure you're running up the right path or up the right mountain or toward the right goal. You're going to have to make sure that those sneakers have enough tread on them and they're going to be good. Sun is in Cancer square with Saturn in Aries. So what that means is that family responsibilities are going to meet personal ambition. So reality checks and boundaries are going to be key things that you should pay attention to. Growing up emotionally is something that individuals should be paying attention to as well. Choose what's necessary, not just what's comfortable. Sometimes with change, we get a little bit uncomfortable. That is necessary. Mercury retrograde, everybody talks about this. So Mercury is retrograde, and what it does is sometimes reintroduces old conversations. We start beating the old horse again. We start dealing with old people. Old projects will resurface. Things that we haven't completed sometimes will resurface. Travel delays. Technology hiccups like mine with ChatGPT today, and also the startup menu that keeps jumping up on my laptop. Lord have mercy. Why is that happening? I'm a psychic, not an IT tech. I can't deal with it. So technology hiccups, you may have to restart your computer. I just told someone in the chat of my post, I just punched this keyboard like 4 times and then I threw it across the room because, yes, this Sicilian has a hot temper. Sometimes things get thrown across the room. So we'll talk about that a little bit more when we get to Cancer, because I am 6 days away from my birthday and I don't want to be angry today. I'm not looking at the chat, guys. So sorry about that if I'm not saying hi to everyone. Texas Kit Kat, good to see you. Ian, Thunder Gunner, what you talking about, Willis? Got that right. I am angry. I got Becky and Zeph and Dave Murphy. Dave Murphy, look at you up in the middle of the night. Good to see you. They did announce Harry going, but they said Harry was only going to London, Ian. He was only going to London. So everybody make sure that you stay over there and keep the vertical chat nice and warm and welcoming. I did throw it on the floor, Texas Kit Kat. I punched it several times. I didn't punch it. I pounded it. And then I threw it across the room. All because ChatGPT had an upgrade and was not helping me make my ADHD outline. So those of you that are familiar with ADHD, I need things organized. Otherwise, I'm all over the fucking place like I am right now. And I'm sorry, I'm cursing, but it is afternoon. So review for Mercury retrograde, review before acting If you want to use Mercury retrograde to kind of ride that negative wave, this is like, it always reminds me, like when Mercury's retrograde, one of the things that we can do, it reminds me of riptide. So when there's a riptide, what it does is it pulls you out to sea. And what you need to do is swim along the shore, not try and get back into the shore, the beach. You should swim along the shore until you get out of that riptide. Otherwise, it's just going to keep banging you back. So you should swim in either direction, north, south, east, west, whatever direction you're headed, and get out of that riptide that way. So with Mercury in retrograde, what we've got to do is get out of this Mercury retrograde riptide. So what you can do is you can use it to reconnect, revise, or repair. So my writers out there, if you're going to be writing a book or if you've written a book, get in there and revise it. If you've ignored a bunch of things in your life, get in there and start to pay more attention to them, reconnect, re-enthuse them, reconnect with people from your past, all kinds of things like that. You can repair connections with people from your past, those kinds of things. It's still early, Dave. 5 a.m. is still early. So Neptune is also retrograde. And so what happens is that illusions will dissolve. So that picture perfect spouse may start to look like a troll. The truth becomes harder to ignore. So perhaps failures in business and relationships and things like that, they're going to become much, much harder. Again, this is Neptune in retrograde, which not a lot of people discuss often. One of the way your intuition does increase with Neptune retrograde, but you will also see some shadow side stuff. So how you can use it, trust your instincts when you get a core no means no kind of sense, bank on that. Just bank on it. Journal, meditate. You can also try to unpeel the unsavory layers of yourself. So your shadow self, if you're doing shadow work, you can try and do a little bit of that. Watch your dreams, boys and girls, especially the negative ones, the ones that you wake up and you find a little bit disturbing. Watch those dreams. So Venus is entering Virgo as well, which means that love becomes practical. Reliability meets romance in the frippery of having a relationship. Actions will speak louder than words. You could also use this Venus entering Virgo in a variety of ways. Again, repairing relationships, taking the romance out of the relationship and putting more practicality in. That's what you could do here. Healthy routines, going to the gym, setting up a new fitness schedule would help you as well, especially if you're going to do it with a partner. What else do we have? Let me get over to my signs everywhere. The signs blocking up the scenery, breaking my mind. So we'll talk a little bit about the biggest themes. Sun in Cancer, square Saturn in Aries, July 6th. Today it starts. Responsibility, boundaries, and reality checks are going to arrive. You may have to choose between what's comfortable and what's necessary. So practicality really is an overwhelming theme. Again, Mercury retrograde, expect old conversations, peoples, and ideas and unfinished business to return. Festering sores and infections are going to come back, guys. That's what's going to happen. So double check your schedules, technology, travel plans, and your contracts during Mercury retrograde. Ideally, you don't want to be signing contracts during Mercury retrograde. Neptune is also stations retrograde July 7th. That's tomorrow. That's when all of our illusions are going to dissolve. Don't ignore your intuition. Stick with it. Venus entering Virgo, romance becomes less about grand gestures, more about consistency, kindness, and practical love. What have you done for me lately, Eddie? It is not. Becky, drop a question in all bold for those royals. Go ahead, do it, because we're going to be hitting those at the end. So drop your questions now in all bold with super chat, super stickers, whatever you want to do, guys. drop them in all bold so that I can see them, and we're going to answer them at the end. So we'll be answering your questions. I am on no fixed schedule. I have no appointments booked for this afternoon. Mondays are typically my appointment-free day. So drop your questions because we're going to get to them by the end. Mods, if you can keep reminding everybody, that would be really, really helpful. Big, bold letters or supers. 40 in the chat. Good to see you all. So overall, the astrological energy that we have right now is like we're standing at a crossroads. The universe does not say stop at a crossroads. What it says is give us a pause. Where do you want to go? Be sure about where you want to go. Before you sprint, make sure you're on the right path. Hello, Mango Pilar. It is good to see you. Stick around. We're just getting started. Just getting started. There we go. Oh, I didn't even know Mr. Pelosi had another car accident. Humanaki, I got your question there. Yep. Super chat, super stickers are very, very encouraged. PayPals are as well, guys. All the links are on my about page. Party on, Garth. Good to see you. So it is my birthday week. Give generously for my birthday week. All right. So a lot. Oh, thank you, Jazzy Bella. Stick around. We're going to get to these right at the end. So stick with me. I'm going to be answering your questions at the end. We're going to get through the astrology first and a little bit about Harry and Meghan, just a little bit. So Aries, where are my Aries at? If you are an Aries, drop it in the chat. We are doing the astrology for the week. Aries, this week is sorry, guys. We're going a little bit fast here. Hang on. All right, Aries, this week asks you to balance your independence with your impatience. Career responsibilities may feel a little bit heavy. There is, and that's just at the beginning part of the week, there's a little bit of a focus on your career sector. By the weekend, you're going to regain momentum. If you are here on the East Coast, I'm sorry, because we're supposed to have a lot of weather at the end of the week. Don't make decisions out of frustration, and don't let your frustration motivate your decision-making process. Okay. Your lucky word is going to be discipline. We're going to do lucky words today, guys. So lucky word is discipline. Your lucky number is 148. I'm going to be giving 3 numbers out to all of you. Switch it over. Taurus. Let's talk about Taurus. Taurus, your voice is going to carry a lot of influence for this week. Your feet are planted firmly in the ground and you have a megaphone at your mouth. So Tauruses, drop your a little bull in the chat if you're here listening to me, kids. So there is someone in your life, Taurus, who is going to hear the message that you have been saying. Your wording is finally right and the volume is right, so they're going to hear it. Financial planning goes especially well after Thursday for you. Lucky word is stability. I'm not surprised about that with Taurus. And your numbers, Taurus, 536. 536 for Taurus. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini, Mercury retrograde hits your finances and your priorities. So just be a little bit patient with that. Geminis, you guys, every plan that you make is going to get thrown out the window. So if you saved some money for a weekend away, you're going to wind up getting a bill for like almost the same amount. So, don't panic if money feels delayed. It simply needs like a little bit of an adjustment and a little bit of attention before anything else. Your lucky word for this week, Gemini, is review. Make sure that you review everything. Check your bills, check your subscriptions, check your payment method. Some things may go a little awry. Some of you may see compromised accounts, those kinds of things. Get in there and make sure that you cover all your bases with your automatic payments. Cancers, where are you? Cancers! We are the emotional center of the zodiac this week. We're having a rough week. So we all, Cancers, we may be feeling the everyone else's energy a little bit extra this week. Little bit of obsidian never hurt. This is from Otter Spirit, guys. I do have a link for Otter Spirit in the description of this video and also on my about page. 2 discount codes, Fortune 20, 20% off any purchase, and Fortune 30 for 30% off any purchase of $99 or more. I am especially keen right now on the Carnelian, which dropped for July. And also they have a Fire Quartz bracelet that is bananas. So I'm going to try and get those on my want list. Right now I am wearing these sets that they sent me for the 3-month campaign that I'm doing right now. And we're going to have some posts a little bit later, but these are watery and delicious that I have on my wrist. So I am pretty stoked. Keep an eye out for my posts on those on Facebook, Instagram, and here, YouTube. So you will see them, but the links are in my description. And if you ever have any questions, you can always email me at fortunecookiestarot@gmail.com to ask for my recommendations for the Otter Spirit bracelets you would like to get. So this is wearable energy. You can meditate all day long, but you can throw some of this on. Yes, Humanaki, I am a little pink from the 4th of July holiday. I am covered in aloe. Let's just put it that way. So Cancers, I want you to protect your peace, trust your instincts. Don't apologize for needing time off. Us Cancers, we are little workhorses. We sometimes like to keep organizing everyone's pleasure, and you might just need a couple of days off. So lucky word is boundaries. Cancers, your lucky word is boundaries. Put that shell on. So moving on over to Leo, that Fire Quartz that I just talked about in the Otter Spirit catalog is actually a great bracelet for my Leos. Again, you can get that for 20% off if you use the code Fortune20 and my link. More than happy to direct you to that. But Leo, your intuition is becoming really sharp. When we have Cancer, a lot of effects on Cancer, sometimes it splashes off onto our Leos there. So Leos, while you kind of want everybody to do for you, your intuition is going to be coming into focus. I want you to pay attention to your dreams, gut feelings, strange coincidences all deserve attention. Venus is leaving the sign later this week, so it's going to help Leo's focus less on appearances and the illusion and more on what really brings value. So lucky word for Leos. This is an easy one. Confidence. You guys have oodles of it. You have it in spades. Keep it up. Virgo. Where my Virgos at, drop it in the comments if you are a Virgo. Your friendships are highlighted this week. Someone from your past may return. This is an effect of that retrograde Mercury. You may reconnect with an old community or an old social group, culture, those kinds of things. Go with it. See if it feels good. You know, sometimes you got to jump into the hot tub to see if it's the right temperature. So Venus entering Virgo is going to give all of my Virgos extra charm, polish, magnetism. If some of you are looking for jobs, I want you to be a little bit careful, but you are going to be able to create this amazing glamour that you can kind of represent what they are looking for. For those of you that are interested, I do amazing readings. If you are job hunting, I can tell you how to interview for the individuals that are going to be looking at you. So I can tell you what their motivations are and what they want out of you and how you can best present those things. So, Virgo, this is an excellent week for you getting back into routine with working out. So if you need to recreate a workout schedule or you need to start doing some things for better health, get in there and start doing it. Your lucky word, Virgo, is renewal. Moving on to Libra. Libra, your career matters are going to require patience. I don't want you jumping the gun. Please do not quit your job the way Scarface did in Half Baked. F you, F you, F you. You're cool. F you too. what I want you to do is just wait out at least this week. Don't make any decisions. Smile and wave, smile and wave. If something feels delayed, it's being refined rather than denied. So I don't want you to get upset about get in anybody's face, okay? Leadership opportunities are going to appear over the weekend. So, the same kind of angst that you're feeling in the workplace may be evident with someone else. They may vacate a position, you may be able to slide right in. So, don't do anything that's irrevocable. Your lucky word is balance and even-handedness. Okay. So moving on to my Scorpios, where are you, you little stingers of the universe? Drop it in the comments if you are a Scorpio. This week is about expanding your perspective. Now, Scorpios, you often think that it's your way or the highway. And so this week you have to kind of include some others into your world. Mango Pilar, if it's a personal question, please do a super or a super chat and put it right in the super chat. If it's pop culture, you can do it all in capitals. But the supers are so much easier for me to see. I'm not being greedy or anything here. They're just a lot easier for me to see. I did slow down the chat, and I just can't scroll back and forth. We're getting a lot of chat here. So thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Mango Pilar. So Scorpios, travel, education, spirituality, learning, all of those things, exposure to other people can influence your thinking. So let your curiosity really replace the your steadfastness in your way of thinking. Little Witchy Ones, good to see you in the chat. Nice to see you. I hope your week's starting out well. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Scorpio, lucky word is discovery. You're going to be discovering all kinds of new things about yourself. So Sagittarius, shared finances and emotional vulnerability are coming into focus this week. I want you to avoid impulse purchases because you and your partner are probably going to be going, wouldn't it be great if I surprised my partner with this amazing expensive thing? Dave, that's you. Dave's a Sagittarius. Drop it in the comments if you're a Sag. My cousin Christine is a Sag, and she is one of the funniest, most pragmatic people I know. She's wild. So it looks just like Mila Kunis. She looks a lot like Mila Kunis. So I got you, Haley. Thank you so much. So avoid your impulse purchases. Avoid, hey, I'm going to surprise my partner with such and such. Honest conversations are going to get better results. Being a genuine person and having open discourse is going to make your relationship stronger, more so than expensive presents. So I don't know. Diamonds are a girl's best friend. Just saying. Lucky word for you, Sagittarius: trust. So Capricorns, this is my husband's sign. Relationships become his classroom. Sorry about that, Greg. Whether romantic, business, or family, you're learning where compromise creates strength and not weaknesses. So listen before reacting, and try and find those cooperative corners that you can get in. Maybe we can both get up and over the wall. Lucky word is partnership, and that is personally intimate, primary relationships, and also with your work relationships, or say you're on a team and you're swimming down the ocean, you're those relationships too, your paddle buddy, your swim buddy. Is this our last? Oh, no. We've got 2 more. Aquarius, where are my Aquarians at? My son is an Aquarian. My household represents the 4 elements of the zodiac, which is pretty awesome. Aquarians, daily routines need an overhaul. You're getting a little bit wiggly. Your schedule has become a little bit unpredictable. Flexibility became your superpower, but you need to reel it in a little bit now. Thank you, Mango Pilar. Thank you. We're celebrating all week. My birthday's on the 12th. Don't you worry. So, Aquarians, like I said, your schedule may have gotten wiggly. You may have been flying by the seat of your pants for the last few weeks. Now you need to reel it back in. You need to create a little bit of schedule and organizing. That's going to do you really, really well. You're going to be able to tell when you're off work, when you are done with work. Lucky word is adaptability. And just one final word on this: healthy habits pay off quickly now. So if you start to organize yourself, it's going to work out a lot better right away. Pisces, we got our last of the traditional horoscope. Pisces, where my fish at? Drop some fish in the comments if you are a fish. There we go. Laura Lynn, Pisces coming up. Becky, Pisces. There's my slippery fish friend. You're not a slippery fish. You're actually really cool. Which one? You're Pisces too. Excellent, excellent. So, guys, creativity is flowing beautifully. Becky, I know what you're doing. That's creative, and you're doing a great job. I love that handbag, by the way. If you've been putting off a project that requires some creativity, writing, decorating, sculpting, anything like that, this is your week to do it. Inspiration is returning, so you're going to find creative ways to solve problems as well. And romance is getting a boost later on in the week. So pay attention to that. Wednesday into Thursday, there's going to be a boost of romantic ability. So if you guys are Pisces and you want to reignite that flame, book the restaurant, get the expensive bottle of wine, and buy some La Perla panties, because you could show them off for a little bit. So lucky word is going to be expression for Pisces, but healthy expression. I want to stress that. So, guys, this is fantastic. All right, let's get back over to my outline. And we are going to talk about Harry and Meghan a little bit. So these two bozos, and I'm just trying to get my chart up here, guys. These two bozos were allegedly, they were allegedly in Portugal at their vacation home, and they were turned down for the intense security that they wanted. And now Meghan has said her and the children will not be going to London. They will not be going to London, was what they said. And I think that it was carefully ordered. Thank you, Nana. I'm all sunburnt from 4th of July. I got sunburnt just right along the rim of my bikini top. So I don't know. 48 in the chat. Good to see you guys. Good to see you. We are going to be talking about Harry and Meghan's crazy trip. We're going to be reading tarot. We're going to be talking a little bit about their astrology as well. So I'm trying to pull up the astrology chart that I did, but of course, everything is a mess on my computer because Mercury retrograde. So let me see. I got nothing. All right. Let me. All right. Let's see what's going on. Mango Pilar. I think she was coming. I think she was going at one point. So let's do that. I'm not going to get to questions, guys. If you have questions, drop them in all caps. Super chats are preferred. They're going to be given priority. 45 in the chat. So let's talk about Harry. We're going to do cards on this too. So I'm going to bring up my card view. There we go. Card view up. So, and if those of you that are on the vertical can't see the cards enough here, jump on over to the other stream. I have two going. So, and once again, I am using the Madame Clara 5-cent tarot. You can get this at the Motel Gift Shop store on Etsy. Great guy there. Great guy there. All right. So, Harry's astrology. I don't know why this is giving me something else. It just automatically gave me August 2026. I don't know why. I don't want to know about August, but we'll go back and we'll look at August too, if you guys want. So, all right. So Harry is a Virgo. The overall theme of this, guys, is going to be slow is smooth, smooth is strong. Okay. So Harry's going into one of the more constructive weeks that he's had in his chart. Now, keep in mind, I'm just doing general charts on them. Mercury retrograde can stir up a lot of the past. Remember, we just talked about that in the intro. But Virgo energy tends to work really well with reviewing, refining, and solving problems rather than charting ahead. But Virgo is better doing that on their own, not with influence. So let's use the Madame Clara and see if Harry is going to be able to catch this wave and utilize the Mercury retrograde to repair the relationship with the royal family, and if he's going to get Meghan to just stay the hell out of it. So will Harry be able to grab onto that Mercury retrograde energy? We've got the 3 of matches in reverse. It's too late. 2 of cups. High priestess. He has such little support there. 5 of buttons. And the lovers. I think that he does have some friends that are attempting to help him, but not the royal family, guys. The royal family, I think, is done. I think they are done. So is Harry trying to repair by himself or with Meghan? Is it by himself? The messenger. The messenger. That's spirit, guys. I'm going to say this, guys. Harry has gotten very desperate at this hour. He's very, very desperate because he is invoking the spirits of his dearly beloveds. Grandmama, Granny Sovereign. I don't even know what they called her. I think they called her Granny. His friends are in pity mode, and I think some of them really do see him as torn down to the bone as much as possible. But he's invoking the spirits of people that have passed on. Is this Diana? Is he doing a pilgrimage? Oh, for Pete's sake. He's going to be doing a pilgrimage to his mother's grave. He's going to has to touch grass with his mother's grave. So he's going to be doing that. But is he doing it alone? Is he doing it alone? We got one card here. Strength. That's a Leo card. 9 of matches. I think Meghan is still kind of directing him, making the bullets behind the scenes. We say that in my family. You say they're making the bullets and the other one's firing them. So I think that they're going to try and keep that Meghan is advising him out of the communications. So they're probably rewording it and doing all of that. Not that she doesn't write everything with ChatGPT. So do I. I'm not complaining. Well, I don't write my fiction with ChatGPT, but she is still trying to help him because she thinks that he is just a dunderheed who can't get out of his own way. Becky, that was for you. Dunderheed. Meghan still treats him exactly, Seth. Reloading her. Who watched The Patriot over the weekend? I watched part of it when we were at the gym. So is Harry going to be able to utilize this energy? Is he going to be able to utilize the astrology? Page of Needles, no. It's Strength in reverse, 5 of Cups. He's got too much angst. The decisions that have been made, the choice that he made the choice to leave the royal family. 4 of buttons here. He made the choice. You got to sit in it now. You got to sit in it, kid. This is the decision you made. This is the life that you now live. You are nobody, no how, nowhere. And I don't mean it in a Game of Thrones kind of way. He is not working with the faceless men. So early in the week, Sun squares Saturn and may make obligations feel heavier. Is this the decision that he was going to stay at Buckingham? So for those of you that haven't caught up on the news, so apparently Buckingham Palace was offered as a place to stay where they could have security. They didn't really respond correctly to it. They went back and forth. They waffled. They waited until they got the judgment. And then it was like, oh, we'll just stay at Buckingham Palace then. Well, the offer was very quickly, the palace responded and said, well, the offer's not available anymore. We can't get ready in 30 minutes. I mean, how long does it actually take to change a bed and set up, a living situation? Probably not that long, but scooting all the staff in there and doing all of that stuff really, it needs to be done in advance. They have to move people around. They have to backfill positions. Like there's a lot more that has to happen. So was staying at Bucky P, was that one of the heavy decisions that he had to make? The Fool in reverse. Yes. He really thought that that was just going to sit there. And okay, so how does he feel now knowing that that's not an offer? 2 of Matches. They really do hate me. 7 of Needles. I can't believe they're such ish bags. And the 4 of Needles. Oh, I guess I'm just going to have to stay at the behest of friends and complimentary folks. So is he going to stay at a Soho House location? Temperance. I think we're going to get more than one. So I think his family is going to stay at Soho House. We're going to get to that when we get to Meghan. So by Thursday, July 9th, which remember, Althorpe is going to be closed on the 10th and the 11th, Harry's sign is a more cooperative and approachable sign for others. It can support relationship building. Will he utilize this? Moon in reverse, 10 of buttons. No, Page of Matches, King of Matches. I hate to say it, guys, but I think he is going to say everything is not good enough. No matter what they have offered him, no matter what the options are, it is not good enough. So if there is any kind of, dare I say, olive branch, if there's an olive branch that's offered, it's likely going to be ripped out of someone's hand and slapped across their face. Hi, Mean Green. Good to see you. So, Mean Green, Harry is not getting a good reading right now because he seems like he is a big dunderhead. So he is the princess and the pea. I think that's really a good description. He just is not happy with it. And I think we're going to see him flame out, possibly with attempts to correct things. Dave Murphy. Dave Murphy probably has offers to stay at Althorpe. Dave Murphy's got all kinds of connections. Lady C, Princess Royale. Dave Murphy is well known in polished circles. Polished circles. So, family and relationships. So, for Harry, with Mercury retrograde, unfinished family conversations are going to come back into focus. He may feel reflective about home history, his longstanding relationships, and lack of relationships. It's a better week for him to listen than it is for him to act. What is he planning on doing right now? What is he planning on doing? What is his main goal? The sun in reverse. He wants to shine. He wants to show off. 10 of Needles. He wants to show how transformed he is and how focused and ready and willing and able he is to carry on a life of service. Service is universal. Oh, Laura, did England won over Mexico? Because I said that. That was the psychic score. England won over Mexico. If I'm right, I don't know. I'm not paying any attention. Not paying any attention to the World Cup. I'm tired. Woohoo! Psychic score. Psychic score, guys. Psychic score. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. So, public image. So, Harry's public image is going to benefit from him being authentic and restrained. So, quiet confidence, not causing a kerfuffle, will benefit him. Is his current kerfuffle interfering with that energy? 7 of buttons. Not yet. 4 of cups. He needs to shut the hell up, though. He needs to shut up and he needs to bend the knee a little bit. He needs to acknowledge that he is secondary, possibly even thirdary, to the crown. He needs to do that. And I don't think that he will. 6 of buttons. He's still looking for handouts. He's still looking for benefit from the relationship with the crown. And that is extremely transparent to the general public. Extremely transparent. So that becomes an issue for him. How can he manage this better? What is Madame Clara and Madame Annabelle? Scamabelle speaks. Type of 1 in the chat if you love Scamabelle too. No ones, not one for Scamabelle. Not one. There we go. Thank you, Becky. Zephyr. Thank you. Scamabelle. All right. So what can Harry do? What can he do? The Hermit in reverse. This is his Jon Snow moment. I know nothing. I know nothing. I am Jon Snow. I know nothing. 7 of Needles. I made some mistakes based on bad information. That is something that I think if he were to say, I made a lot of decisions, I made a lot of statements based on bad information. That would be really, really valuable. How would that work with the royal family? 7 of matches. I think they would continue to act the way they will. With Meghan, though, it's a little bit different. The royal family would say, oh, it's very well then. Very well. Very, very happy with that. But we'll maintain our distance until that kind of attitude settles in. We're going to wait a little bit before we confirm. For Meghan over here, though, we've got the Ace of Needles and the King of Cups. If he were to bend the knee in any fashion to the royal family, if he were to bend the knee and say, I'm still part of this royal family and I am going to help them get from A to B. If he said that, Meghan would be incensed. I don't think that that surprises anybody here. Because it is Alicia Wicker's birthday today, I am going to pull out one card for the royal family, what their song would be. These are Alicia's song cards, and one for Meg's. So the family would say, I can live with or without you. It's With or Without You by U2. And what is Meghan's? What is Meghan's, guys? Scrubs. I don't want no scrubs. Look at that. Meghan's not going to want a scrub. She's not going to want somebody who bends the knee. She's not going to want that. So the best thing for Harry to do in this situation is not the best thing for his relationship with his wife. So he's really between a rock and a hard place. He's got to decide which side he wants to be on. Does he want to be married, or does he want to have a great life with the royal family? So for Harry, his best days are going to be Thursday through Sunday. See where he is. There may be delayed travel, miscommunications. Gee, that's a shocker. Last minute schedule changes, which we just saw just now with the last minute. We're going to stay at, where did they say they were going to stay? They were going to stay at Bucky P. But now they're not, because they didn't confirm it when they were supposed to. They did not get that in place when they were supposed to. Revisiting old family dynamics is something that he's going to be doing this week. So that being said, let's talk. Let's talk a little bit about Meghan. So overall theme for her the week of July 6th, 2026, shift from center stage to fine tuning. This does not surprise me, because she is now not attending any of the fanfare that he will be a part of. The week begins with a lot of Leo energy. Now, Meghan is a Leo, allegedly. And one of the reasons why I don't really trust her chart is because I do think that she was born up to 5 years earlier than she purports to have been born. Just saying. I just think she's a little bit closer to my age. So Leo enjoyed high visibility at the beginning of this week. They were kind of stepping out. We saw some new as ever products. We saw her sliding down a hill on her butt when Catherine, the Princess of Wales, was climbing the 3 summits post cancer treatment. So we had some interesting things. By Thursday, her focus is going to turn to more practical improvements rather than public attention. Is Meghan actually going to adhere to that wave? Queen of Matches, no. Page of Cups, 9 of Cups. She wants the big prize. She wants the big kabooms. She wants to be splashy. She wants everybody's head turning toward her when she walks in the room, or when a story about her pops up online. So she's not going to ride the wave of visibility and correction of her attitude and her direction and her strategy. She's not going to ride the wave. She's going to do the exact opposite, because she's focusing on the goal of where she wants to get. She's focusing on what she wants to feel and be, rather than what she is and what she needs to correct. So another fail, not a surprise. The Sun square also is going to bring increased scrutiny and pressure early in the week. And that's right now. We're all second guessing what's going on with her. So let's look. What was the mitigating factor that she said she wasn't going to go to London? I think it's really important that it says she's not going to London. What was the mitigating factor? I'm going to tell you right now, again, we're using the Madame Clara 5-cent tarot. One of the things I'm looking for, let's see if we get like nines of pentacles, 9 of wands. Those are cards where we're secure. 4 of pentacles is security and being taken care of and being supported. So let's see what that is. Let's see what that is. All right, so let's see. 5 of matches. She's over there creating a kerfuffle. The devil in reverse, detachment, 8 of buttons. I'm not going to work. Tower, high priestess, and 9 of matches, guys. It showed up. 9 of matches. So this is what we've got. The 5 of matches, too dangerous, too hot. Okay. This is what she decided. I'm not going to go back to that royal family. I'm not going to be under their control. They may have listening devices. They may have cameras in the room. I don't know what's going to happen. They could put out a corn tape of me. God forbid any of us should see it. 8 of buttons. I'm not doing a lick of work for those people. They can go pound sand. She doesn't want to do it. She's not going to work with Harry. Tower, her decision, or actually, I'm sorry, Tower's in the upright. It's a decision from on high. So is that no security? Yes, I think she did say high priestess energy. I feel that we are so in danger. Like, look at some of the reports. Oddly enough, they hired their own security firm to do their risk assessment, which, you know, if you're going to pay the company that you're giving millions of dollars to do a risk assessment, I'm sure they're going to say the risk assessment is pretty high. I'm sure they're going to say that because they want to get those millions of dollars, right? So, Dave, hang on to that thought. I see you there. So ultimately, 9 of matches, we need to be someplace that's safe and protected from generational curses. So I'm going to say it. I think Soho House in the Cotswolds is exactly where she is going to land. I think that's where she wants to be. She doesn't want to be in a metropolitan area, London, Soho House in London. She doesn't want to be there. She wants to be in the countryside with all the well-heeled horsey set, even though she's not into that. She wants to be in the countryside because it's going to be good for the children. It's going to be really good for the children, the fresh air there. They don't need to be in London or Birmingham, any dangerous places like that. I sounded like Mark Dolan, my husband. It's my Meghan Markle via Mark Dolan. Hands up, who loves Mark Dolan? I can't decide who I love better, Kevin O'Sullivan or Mark Dolan. Who do we like better, Kevin O'Sullivan, Mark Dolan? They both have like same cute little cheeky attitude. My husband. But Mark Dolan sings all the time. So Marnie Hall, like Mark Dolan. Yanks, good to see you. Mark makes me laugh. Jeremy Kyle. Honestly, where is her mom, Mean Green? We're going to get there. Your questions, I'm going to hit them up at the end. Personal questions, super chats, please. And put your question in the super chat so I don't have to hunt and look through the chat. And pop culture questions, all in capital letters. Super chats for pop culture questions are going to get priority, my friends. So, all right. With relationships, Venus is entering Virgo. This is for Meghan. Practical gestures and reliability will become more meaningful than these grand displays. So, Dave, I got Mean Green's question. Yeah, I got it. I nailed it as soon as I saw it. Mean Green's a new VIP in the chat. Here all the time. If I keep seeing you, I'm going to get to know you really well. 68 in the chat. Please make sure you're slamming that like button. 69 in the chat. Hit the like. If you're on the vert, double tap that screen. So, relationship energy for Meghan, it supports organization, collaboration. But what is she going to be doing? Oh, Sally, was Mark Dolan really terrible about Princess Catherine when she was in the house? I didn't know that. I didn't know that. Mean Green, I like you. I like you. I want to see you in the chat all the time. You are fantastic. You are fantastic. So, if the energy for Meghan is talking about meaningful connections with her relationships, is that Harry? Six of buttons, no. In reverse, King of Needles, the unknown, egotism, and the Hermit. Absolutely not, guys. You know what's going to happen? She's not leaning into the relationship with Harry. So if anything, I would say she is henpecking him right now. There's definitely a lot of oppression going on here. She is going to well, there's a little bit of drama, Mean and Green. A little bit of drama. So I had Mercury retrograde drama with all my electronics today. So she's not giving him the benefit of the doubt. She's not being generous to him. She's not saying, "Oh, let me help you out." I think she is just like, "Ugh, why are you such a loser? Why are you so lazy? Why are you so ginger?" I think she's got a lot of problems with everything. And I think she is telling him ultimately here with this Hermit card, I really got to think about this more before I continue with this relationship. I think she's saying, I just need some space. I just need some space. I just don't come into the yoga studio and stand there when I am doing my sun salutation because it is on my nerves. You just get on my tits, Harry. I can't take it anymore. So I think that is what's going on here. So I don't think she's going to be working on the relationship. I think she's going to be pushing back on the relationship big time. So her public image, Neptune's retrograde encourages all of us to look below the surface. Again, we're flipping the head back like on South Park. Hello, completely empty in there. So are we going to get any revelations about her on this weird ass trip? Justice in reverse, 8 of needles, 10 of cups, 6 of buttons, 10 of buttons, queen of matches. So guys, I don't want to say that we're going to get an announcement, but I think we're going to see practical living apart after this trip. And I don't think it is dependent on Meghan going or Harry making some grand statement. I think just they're at the point where they are going to plan to be apart because I don't think that they can really all the endeavors that they've been working toward together are failing miserably. So they just really need to like go into their own corners. I think that she is really securing her own bag. And I'm going to remind everybody, I did a collab with Think Beautiful. You can go over there. You can see the reading that I did with her. That was on, I think we recorded it on Friday. So, oh, that's okay, Zeph. And quick shout out. Thank you to all my mods. You guys are fantastic because one of my mods is leaving right now. You guys are amazing. Thank you for doing God's work. I think that Meghan is going to start to shift into doing her own thing. I think she's going to just be like, I'm making decisions for me and my children. I'm going to take care of things for me and my children. So it'll be a little dramatic here. Susan, good to see you. I'm not finished yet. We're just getting into questions. Meghan's best days are going to be Friday through Sunday, a little bit different from Harry. But she needs to watch out on having misunderstandings, things coming out of her mouth that she doesn't mean, revisiting previous business decisions. So is this going to have any effect on as ever? Four of Cups, sleepy time. And she's still refusing to understand the optics on her branding. She's still refusing to see it. Well, no, we're still in the workup. We're still like going up that hill. Like never say die. Never say die. You got to spend money to make money. It's just so ridiculous. So before we go on, will she be staying at Soho House? Will she be staying at Soho House? King of Cups doesn't like it. Six of Cups. Oh, and the Devil. And the Devil. Huh. So I need a pendulum on this, guys. So is she going to stay? Wait a minute. Let's do this. Will she touch down in England? Oh, it's going backwards. Will she touch down in England? Guys, it is still a maybe whether she's going to show up or not. That's a maybe. That's a maybe. If she goes, if she goes, will she stay at a Soho House? If she goes to England, will she stay at a Soho House? Ooh. That's a yes. Will she stay at the Cotswolds Soho House? Circling. And that's a little bit of a maybe. That's a little bit of a maybe. Pun police. I don't think she's going to leave him just yet. But what I think she's going to do is start to be a little bit busier without him. A little bit busier without him. That's what I think we're going to see. I think that's what we're going to see. So there we go. All right. So, one of the things, if they are appearing together, let's just do this real quick. The Mercury retrograde is going to affect their timeliness. Meghan always likes to go late. So I think, that'll be like riding that Mercury retrograde wave well, just going late. Public responsibilities because of the Sun square Saturn may feel a bit more intense. They just may be a bit more intense than usual. Thanks, Texas Kit Kat. Neptune retrograde perceptions and narratives may change as new information comes out. So if they appear together, with this Neptune retrograde, what kind of new information could we expect? The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow there'll be sun. So the sun is revelation. And are you finishing it? You finishing it?
Yes, but in Arnold.
Oh, don't do it in the Arnold Schwarzenegger way. Gregopedia is finishing. Just don't do it like Lars Ulrich because you get sued. Gregopedia, ladies and gentlemen. He'll be here all week. Try the veal. Don't forget to tip your waitress. So, the information that may come out, I'm drawing this out so much, guys. So the information that may come out is this Three of Matches, which is connection. Three of Matches is coming together to make something physical. Are we going to see surrogating information? Perhaps. Eight of Cups, but we're gonna run. God, I love David Gilmour, don't you? Pink Floyd. We're gonna see her scamper right the F out if something happens. So we are gonna see that. So the new information that may come out. I'm just gonna plant this seed, guys. We may hear a little bit more about children on this trip. We may get some more scoop. So last word of advice, if they appear together, Venus entering Virgo, these little interactions, if they adjust their behavior together, it may leave a better impression. So if they're not hanging on to each other, if she doesn't have the claw going, we may, get a better hit of her. She doesn't look so desperate if she walks behind him as a good woman should. If she allows him to be the prince and she is the she's the in-law, like she just doesn't understand that she's not an in-law. She's not she's behaving like, the minute she got married, she's now a member, a blood royal. She's not a blood royal. When I opened my eyes, you could see my weird eye there. I got a big red eye, guys. A big red eye. I don't know what happened. Maybe it was a Travis Walden moment. Maybe it was a Whitley Strieber moment. Did they come and get us? Does your butt hurt?
My butt hurts. I think I got the Whitley Strieber. You got the Travis Walden.
Wait, what hurts?
I said my butt hurts.
Greg's butt hurts. The aliens got us last night for the 4th of July, guys. All those fireworks called the aliens down. They came down, they stabbed me in the eye like Travis Walden, and they got Greg right in the jacksie. So wrapping up the astrology before I start to get to your questions, guys, because we're hanging out. This is my content for today. This is a week for Harry to rebuild bridges, but he has to do it quietly. He has to be patient, and he has to really find out who his allies are. When I did that reading, I'm seeing that he only has like one friend who's like, hey, let me help you out, dude. I don't see that the family is really open to him coming in. That includes the York sisters, which everyone was saying, I think the York sisters were there to give him a hand. Meghan should polish before she publishes. She should edit. And we know that she sometimes doesn't do that. Refining her message is going to have a bigger impact than trying to splash onto the scene. Expecting to come off, I'm ready for my close-up, Mr. DeMille. Coming off the plane like that and expecting crowds to be falling on their knees and, telling her, we wish you were our queen instead of the crappy old queen that we have, which is simply not true. I like Camilla. I think Camilla's, I want to have some gin and tonics with Camilla and hang out. But I think that Meghan really needs to watch what she puts out. That's going to be in her Instagram posts, pictures of the kids, those kinds of things. But as Mango Pilar says, that ain't never going to happen. You ain't never going to get it. You ain't never going to get it. So I have already tagged some of the questions. We are going to jump into these. These are questions for you guys. And because of my technological issues today, I do not have a schedule for this week. Stay tuned. That will be published possibly later on. The only thing I have going on are my sales and rainy weather following up our heat wave. So we have thunderstorms galore. So Humanaki, older sister and older brother. Older sister, 4 of Needles. Older sister needs to rest because tomorrow she can leap right out in a brand new year. Brother, 5 of matches. He's trying to do too much. He's probably working. 8 of needles, but he's working really hard so that he can go have some fun. So let them know this psychic approves of that message. They need to enjoy their birthdays. Oh, Mean Green, that is awesome. Thank you so much, guys. If you want to support the channel, you can do it in supers. Let YouTube know that I am a quality entertainment over here. Or you can do a PayPal. The PayPal link is in the description of the video and also pinned in my about page. So fantastic stuff. So Humanaki's got another great question here. Apparently, Mr. Pelosi had another car accident. So this is Nancy Pelosi's husband. I don't even know his name. I got a whole list, Beck. I'm going to get to him. Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi. So, Mr. Pelosi, what is going to be the outcome of this recent car crash? 4 buttons. Now, we're not going to hear anything about it, guys. The Beyond. They've got too many people that are doing them favors. The powers that be are going to take care of it. 9 of buttons. We may find out that he's got to pay out some money. Is this going to have a detrimental effect on his life and his lifestyle? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. They're going to do like community service. He's going to throw some money at the problem and it's going to be all squared away. Not a big deal. Yanks, you can make some Pelosi jokes. That's okay. Nancy Pelosi. Nancy. Huh? A problem is not a problem if you can solve it with money. That's what my mother says. And that's a really easy thing to say if you have unlimited funds. I am not one of those people. She said it to my sister and I, and we were like, well, what if your problem is you don't have enough money? So I don't think there's going to be a lot that happens to, is it Paul Pelosi? Is that his name? Paul? I think it's Paul. I think it might be. So I am calling for community service, paying some money, easy peasy lemon squeezy, no trouble for Mr. Paul Pelosi. Sorry, I know we would all like that a little bit better. So we've got Jazzy Bella. Thank you so much, Jazzy Bella, for your contribution to the channel. Every contribution helps. I think I'm going to do a drive for $5 Fridays. I'm going to tell you guys it's Friday. Hook a psychic up. For only $5, you can support this psychic all month long. Do like a little starving psychic picture. Evelyn, I'm not sure what you mean by that. Clarify that question. So, Jazzy Bella, person on your mind. When will they break silence? Boom. Let's see. Queen of Matches. So I do think that this person is influenceable. So that means that they're, you know, the Queen of Matches, it's a volatile kind of energy, but when it's in reverse, they don't know which direction to go in. So they can be swayed at this point. 9 of Needles, but there's a lot of anxiety about it because they always want to win. They always want to win, not just the argument. They want to win they want to win the golden goose. They want to win the joust. They want to win at all the video games. They want to win. Like they will not be truly influenced unless they can win. Losing makes them extremely out of sorts. So, do we get a broken silence? Ace of Cups, I do think that we're going to get a broken silence. Ace of Cups is a summertime energy. Give me more. Actually, I'm going to pull out one of my timing cards. Let's see what we get on this. Ooh, is that the right deck? Yes, this is my student deck. and it's actually got labels on it. We've got times, dates, and whatnot. Let's see if we get a real clear time on this. Give me a time for when the ghoster is going to come on coasting back in. I just got July 2nd to July 11th, Buttercup. So that's like in the now. So sit tight. But I do think that influence is something. So should you contact them? Should you kickstart this? Are you going to strike the match or strike a pose? What are we going to do? Strike a match or strike a pose? Page of buttons is very interesting because that means that you could kind of throw it out there. Page of buttons. You could be the start of all this. And it wouldn't be the start of like a booty call. It would be the start of firming up the firming up what's going on in your world as far as a relationship. New foundations. So I would say if you want to throw out a text message, not the worst thing in the world, not the worst thing in the world right now. So hang on un momento. Thank you so much for your contribution. Marnie Hall. All right. So Marnie Hall says the new Mrs. Uncle Charles. What is she, number 4 or 5? What does the new Mrs. Uncle Charles think of the shenanigans of the duo? What does she think of? Let's look at Harry. So the new Mrs. Uncle Charles, what does she think of Harry? 8 of matches, 7 of buttons, Knight of Needles, and the Lovers. She thinks that he has a lot to say. But has she met him yet? I don't think she's actually met him enough. Let's put it that way. They may have kind of breezed past, but I don't think she knows him enough to make a determination. And I think her attitude is if he's got something to say, we should help him deliver that message in whatever way we can, especially if he's not really competent at doing that. And we should support him. But I think that her judgment is off because I don't think that she knows them very well. What does she think of the Megs? Ace of Cups. I don't think she likes her. 6 of buttons, 8 of needles, 5 of matches. I think she's got this one pegged as a gold digger. She's a gold digger. I think she's got her pegged as a gold digger. And that's not to say that we don't have gold diggers in the United Kingdom or in Europe and places like that. But, I think there is a bit of like, I know that type. I know that type. I know this type from LA. I saw a million of them. Like, they're just trying to secure the bag. So I think that she finds Meghan complicated, combative, which I think is the word that William used for her. She's combative and rude. And I think she would just as soon not have anything to do with that. So, will the new Mrs. Charles Spencer will she be a player in this drama with Netflix? Magician, Page of Needles, 6 of Needles, and the Tower. I do think that there is going to be some footage that is shared with, I don't think that it's going to be specifically Netflix that obtains the footage. I think the footage is going to come, some footage, I should say, some footage is going to come through the new Mrs. Spencer. I think she is working possibly with her husband and ground staff to develop some footage that could be used on a video presentation of where the final resting place of Diana, Princess of Wales. Even though I think she's in the family crypt, I don't think she is in the crypt that they built. Let me know, Dave Murphy, we're gonna do real quick. We're going to do a poll in here to see if people want to do a remote view of this. So just going to would you like to participate in a group remote view of the 2 possible locations of Diana, Princess of Wales? Too long. Would you participate in a group RV remote view of the 2 possible resting places of Diana, Princess of Wales? Oh. Yes? No. Because I'm going to tell you guys, if we're going to do this, what I'm going to do, if we're going to do this, we are going to do it on the days that Harry's supposed to be there. Maybe we'll see him and Meghan there. Yeah. So if you guys would like to participate, I'm going to leave that up there. If you want to participate, do 1 in the chat. 2, if you're not interested, please give me the not interesteds too. Just drop it in the chat. We did do a remote view of Lizzie Borden. Dave participated in that. So if you have questions about the process of remote viewing, you can field them over to Dave in the chat. Oh, we've got a lot of people. All right, guys, I think we're going to do it. Maybe we'll set this up. I see. Maybe Friday. I'm going to have to coordinate with Dave because I want to make sure Dave can get in it. So, I think Friday, we'll do it on Friday during the day. So during my day, not your day, Dave, my day, but, it'll be really cool. It'll be really cool. All right. So I think we're going to do it. Keep going, kids. We've got 5 votes. Yes. 5 votes. Yes. All right. Dave, you and I will be talking later. We're going to coordinate it. You're going to be my co-host here. So if you guys have any questions about what it's like to remote view, you can ask Dave in the chat. Dave's done a few remote views and a few past life regressions. So, you're not breaking the silence. Okay, Jazzy Bella. I'm just saying that you could kind of urge it along. Jazzy Bella, if you don't want to break the silence, the communication gates are opening. So they may get in there. Becky, I think you should participate because I just need you there. Because I just love you. I just love you. It would be about 2 hours between the time we do the remote view and then when we have the group chat after and kind of compare notes. It'll be pretty cool. It'll be pretty cool. All right. So, let's get back to some questions here. You can keep voting on the poll, guys. The poll will stay up. I'm just gonna hide it for a bit. 1 for yes if you want to do a remote view of the possible resting places of Princess Diana this weekend or this week, 1 is for yes, 2 is for no. We got 6 yeses. So fully expect all 6 of you to sign up for this. Not to put any pressure on it. Not to put too fine a point on it. Say I'm the only bee in your bonnet. Is it possible to override? Yes. So Yanks, before I go any further, what I do is I actually tell you any preconceived beliefs you have, I want you to set them aside and you're going to write them down. And you're going to actually set them aside. That way you kind of walk in with like a very, very clean and clear perspective of what you're trying to see. You're going to walk into a completely blank screen. We're going to tell you put everything on the side. All right, guys. So let's get back to your questions because we got plenty. We got plenty here. So hide that current comment. Becky, let's see. So we all know that the current Princess of Wales, Catherine, the Princess of Wales, recovered from cancer in recent years, and she just did the 3 Peaks Challenge. Another friend of mine did that. Very, very cool process. And so Princess Catherine, Princess of Wales, just did that. Tremendous achievement. I believe Charlotte was crying in one of the pictures. So proud of her mom. Children were there. Husband was there. She did not go with a huge retinue. She just went and did what she had to do. A little personal achievement. What is Meghan going to do next? We already got a video of her sliding down a hill on her butt, which was the stupidest thing I've ever seen. But can we expect anything else from Meghan? 3 of buttons. My husband. 3 of cups. She's just going to keep. Oh, so many 3s. 3 of buttons. 3 of cups. 3 of needles. Knight of buttons. She is still trying to make fetch happen. She is still going to try to sink into this crazy, ridiculous as ever brand that she's put out there. It's not working. It is not working. She's still trying to insist that she has value, that as a person and as a creative, she has value. And she's so empathetic and she's everything. She so reminds me of the girl in the nightclub in Coming to America. I want to sing in the videos and I want to be a singer and I want to be an actress and I want to direct and I want to produce my own music and I want to direct the videos. And like, she just wants to be everything and she wants to be the expert at everything. The first thing you learn when you go into leadership positions in a workplace is that you have to delegate responsibilities. You can't do everything. You can't be an expert at everything unless you're Elon Musk. And even he says that he's not an expert at everything. But she really wants to present as the expert of everything. And she crafts and drafts these initiatives for herself. And they never get off the ground. The 3s are still in the ethereal. They're still up at the top of the tree of life. And she never gets to the physical part. She never gets to actual building. She never does. She never puts meat on the bone. And she doesn't rely on resources that have the best knowledge. So she's going to be kicking around a lot of ideas. She's probably going to throw some stuff out on social media because it's easy. And she's just not going to present anything of substance. No one needs lavender honey from Spain. No one needs it. Seems kind of silly. That is my opinion. Next question. We've got Haley, it's good to see you. What will King Charles' health be like after Harry returns to us? And thank you for the happy birthday. So, all right, let's just say after the trip. So, after this trip, how is King Charles's health going to fare after the whole drama of Harry? I will tell you this, Queen of Buttons looks good. Chariot moving forward. 7 of Buttons, nice and evil. And 6 of Buttons, that looks really, really good for me. So, hi, Jane. Welcome to the club. Good to see you. So I do think that King Charles right now, when I started to ask the question, I got this like, oh, thank God, like we've gotten out of that situation. So I think the coordination of where to stash Harry has been solved. It's not their problem anymore. It's not the royal family's problem. It is Harry's problem. He can go stay wherever he wants. He can spend his money wherever he wants. The royal family is not really worried about it. He can use the security that he comes with. They don't have to be troubled with it. Ravik, I feel like King Charles is like, thank you, Ravik, for saying the things that I couldn't. So I absolutely, Jane, my birthday's next on the 12th. It's coming up. So, we're going to be doing bikini lives all summer long, sugar. So we're going to be having some fun with that. So I think that the king feels a great deal of relief. Now, the dilemma of bringing Harry back in, is that still a dilemma? Is it still a dilemma? 8 of Buttons. He's relieved from work. He has made his decision. The king is sticking with this. He bought his ticket. He knew what he was doing. We warned him about it. So Harry has moved his allegiance. Thanks, Anita. Harry has moved his allegiance over to the court of Meghan Markle, and they are gladly letting him put his whole self in. You put your whole self in, you put your whole self out, you put your whole self in, and you shake it all about. You do the Harry pokey and you turn it all about. That's what it's all about. So they are just saying, you know what? We're so glad that you came to visit, but you need to get back to work in your own life back in Montecito. Go with God. We're so proud of you. You are doing fabulously, even if they're not. Go for it. So I think that the king has really turned a corner and really wants Harry to just kind of go on with his whole life. Does the king hold any sentimentality about getting back together with the son? I had a fallout card. 2 of Buttons in reverse. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. And there's a squiddy on that card. We love the octopi in this house. We've got an octopus in every room. You have to find them when you come over to our house. So this is 2 of Buttons. Harry has chosen. He is worlds away, and we're just going to leave him over there. Done and dusted. We are good to go. So that is really unfortunate. Next question. Mango Pilar. Will I be able to go back to Florida in September to visit, to take time off from my job now? Okay. That's a complicated sentence, but I'm going to do my best. Will you be able, thank you for your super chat. Will you be able to go back to Florida in September? The Chariot is in reverse. Wait, what? On is behind me? What is behind me? Oh, Mango Pilar. One is behind you, Annabelle. I don't know what that means. I'm not so sure. All right. So, octopus. Yes, there's one behind. Yes. Calypso, I don't know what you're talking about, sweetie. All right. So take time off from your job now, Mango Pilar. 10 of Needles. They're giving you a hard time about it. 3 of Cups. Hierophant says yes. All right. So you need to talk to your direct supervisor. Talk to your direct supervisor. All of a sudden, Anna Miller showed up. She's representing. Anna Miller is going to get in your face. So talk to your direct supervisor and just say, look, I want to take off this amount of time. Where can I do that? It's almost better if you say to them, when can I take off versus I want to take off this date. I hate when you ask somebody, you love Anna Miller. Anna Miller comes in. Okay. Hang on, Calypso, hand Jack. Hang on. So, if you went in and said, I want to take off the week of July 6th, they would say, oh, we can't do that. We're understaffed, blah, blah, blah. But if you go in and you say, I really want to take this trip, when can I get off? You will get better options, and they're actually going to work better with your airfare if you need airfare. Just saying. So like when they give you, say, all right, I'm going to figure out which airfare is going to work best for us, and I'll confirm what dates they are. Please don't do anything for the next 24 hours. I'll let you know. So I think you're going to have to wait just a little bit, but I think it's before September. So when are you going? When are you going? When are you going? Let's see. The sun, that's sooner than you think. The sun is like immediately, or it's like a day or a year. I don't think it's a year, but this is immediately. I think we're getting, I think you're getting more bang for your buck. And I think you actually may be able to stay a little bit longer. I think you might be going down sooner. I'm just saying. Talk to supervisor, see what the supervisor has to say. And I think you wind up there a little bit faster than you've expected. So a little speedier trip. I hope that works. So Mango Pilar, again, thank you. Thank you for your contribution. You have been here for a long time. Texas Kit Kat. This is a great question from Texas Kit Kat. What are the thoughts of Meghan and kids not visiting with Harry? Now, I will let you guys know the reading that I did with Think Beautiful, the lovely Laura over at Think Beautiful. You can go see that on her channel. I did put a community post up if you want to follow the Yellow Brick Road to her channel and watch our collab. But it was all about the king's thoughts on Harry, Meghan, and the kids coming. Since we did the recording on Friday, now it's been determined that Harry is going to London specifically by himself, and that Meghan and the kids will not be traveling to London with him. So what does the king think about this not visiting business? What is his opinion of Meghan and the kids not visiting with Harry? The Tower in reverse. It is a screw up in the king's opinion. Why? This was an opportunity for them to get back in. Once again, Meghan, Queen of Needles, is chopping things off before she gives them a chance to grow. This woman does not understand that everything does not move at light speed. Thank you, Becky, for dropping the link there. She really thinks like she should walk in a room and go, I want to do this, and everyone changes course and does whatever she wants. That's what she really expects. That's not how life works. That's not how the royal family works. This microculture does not work like that. So is he disappointed about not having access to the kids? Knight of Buttons, 5 of Matches. They're still working on it. 6 of Needles, I think ultimately not so successful, because I think they want the king to come to the children. The mountain does not go to Mohammed. Mohammed goes to the mountain, not to conflate cultures here. But I think they're going to say, well, the children are very safe over at Soho House in the Cotswold, and we should bring the king to them because they are just so endangered, and it's the king's world. So like, this is his kingdom. He could travel freely around in it. He's the king, for God's sake. But Meghan doesn't understand that things are done weeks in advance. So, what is the king doing to see his grandchildren at this point? The Hierophant, he's saying they must come to me. 3 of Cups, this isn't a group project. And 2 of Cups, they have to come to me. They have to come to me. There is no, we're going to meet at Denny's on Route 66. We're not going to do that. They have to go to the king. So once presented with, we are not going to travel to you, what will Meghan do? High Priestess. Well, he must not care. And we're going to let everybody know about it. We're going to let everybody know that we had our 3 of buttons in play. We had everything planned out for the king. Everything was planned out for him. He could have seen the children. It would have been lovely. We had a brunch planned. It was the 4th of July brunch. Like, no one's ever heard of a 4th of July brunch, but we had a 4th of July brunch planned for the King of England on like the 10th of July in the United Kingdom so that he could meet his American grandchildren. But he just decided not to do it. Like, he just didn't show up. He just blew it off. He didn't pay attention to any of our deadlines or any of our requests. Like, he just was not willing to meet us in the middle. And so he doesn't get to see his grandchildren. That's not my problem. We brought them all the way here, 6,000 miles from California. We brought them all the way here, and he couldn't carve out like 5 minutes of his day to come and see his grandchildren. That's going to be her attitude. That craptastic attitude. And if anybody drops into this video halfway through, they're gonna be like, who is this Valley girl? Not Valley girl. I am a Jersey girl. I am a Jersey girl. I am Anna Milla. I don't stop for nothing. I don't stop for nothing. So this is going to be really, really dumb things that she says out loud. I hope that she doesn't present that to the world, because it's not going to go in the correct direction. Oh, unbelievable. Will the king make demands? The Tower. The sun will come out tomorrow. Bet your bottom dollar that tomorrow. So he is going to let them screw up the opportunity that was offered to them. This was cracking the door open this much. And she pissed on the gate. Like, I can't even put it any other way. She pissed on the gate. She lifted her leg. She pissed on the gate. Gate now is Pissy Gate. Pissy Gate. Pissy Gate. So I think they're missing. They're not reading between the lines, and they're missing out on an opportunity to get back in. That's all I got to say about that. Nana, Julia, it's good. Julian, it's good to see you. Keith, the smoothie. And who else did I see in there? I just saw somebody in here. Penny Jonas, good to see you. Good to see you. Love seeing you guys here. So this one will be quick. Can the king command obedience amongst the family if Harry gets to go back? Can the king do it? 8 of Needles, yes, he can. He can break the rules. Will he do it, though? Will he? The Lovers, he's going to try. He's going to ask. Will he get consensus from everybody? I immediately got Mike. 6 of Buttons. Queen of Buttons. I got Mike Tyndall. Is it Mike Tyndall's like, hell no, we're not doing this. He's a wanker. Yeah, Mike is saying absolutely no. Queen of Buttons is Queen Camilla. And Queen Camilla, I think, is one of those people that says, well, it's easier to control wayward children if they are closer to you, if they are living under your roof. What about William and his lovely bride? They are both kind of fed up with the two of them, with Harry. William is like, get him out. Don't want to deal with it. I'm not going to deal with it. I'm not going to go backwards in time. Keep it the same as now because I'm not going backwards in time. No is no. Harry said no. Meghan said no. We're not bringing them back in, and we're going to move on from this. 10 of Needles. The lovely Princess of Wales does not want to have that kind of chaos in their court. The court of chaos. Before we go a little further, before we go into more questions, what do William and Catherine think about all of the changes of plans, things? What do they think about that? What does Catherine, Princess of Wales, think about the changes to the plans for Harry and Meghan's stay at Bucky P or elsewhere? What does Catherine think of it? The universe, they have made their decision, the unknown. They have no idea what they're giving up. Under the surface, she goes, all of his foundations are gone. 7 of Cups, the whole world is ahead of it. Oh boy. And the world is like, Catherine is like, they're done. They're done. They gave it all up. They gave it all up for nothing. You could have it all. What about William? 2 of Matches. We're going in different directions. Queen of Matches. He is getting rid of that. The Knight of Cups has no good feelings about him. The Emperor. He is regaining his strength and his ability to command from the second in command place. Death transforming. He is thinking like a king. Future outcome is the Hangman. Harry needs to feel the repercussions of his decisions. We're going to leave that there. Back to the questions. Back to questions. Back to questions. Back to questions. No forbidden fruit questions. Where is the forbidden fruit? Where is she? All right, so a little birdie. Okay, a little birdie. We got Dave Murphy. Dave Murphy, everybody's favorite subscriber. He is also a mod on this channel. A little birdie told him that Holyrood house is being thrown around for Meghan for this trip. Will she stay at Holyrood? 7 of Needles. She thinks it's a setup. Page of Needles. She said no, no, no. 3 of Needles. She won't go back. She said no, no, no. She ain't got the time. And if my... Forgot the next line. And if my Harry says it's fine, there's gonna be a little conflict. And she says no, no, no. This is not what she wants. What she wants is she wants to be able to stay off of royal property so that she can say, look over there, the royal family done me dirty. Look over there. Did you guys see that basketball player with the point? I think her name is Sasha or Sarah, and she's pointing at the other team member. It's pretty cool. I got to make like 1 million memes out of it. She wants to point at the royal family and say, they put us in a bad spot. They left us in a terrible place. They don't care whether their progeny are in danger or not. And so we're going to sit here. Sophie Cunningham, thank you very much. The memes are great. She is meme ready. I don't even like basketball. I'm going to start watching her career. Sophie Cunningham. It was pretty good. She had some good face expressions too. So, has she already said no, no, no? 10 of Needles. She already said, I'm not staying on a single piece of royal property. I won't do it. I just won't bend to that. Won't do it. Won't do it. So that's what we got. That's what we got going on there. That's what we got going on there. So good question, Dave. Thank you. I didn't hear about Holyrood House, but I'm glad you did because you are a man in the know. It's because Dave Murphy actually lives in the future. For those of you that don't know, he's in Australia. He's living in the future. Living in the future. Belinda, I hope you're still here. I know I had a lot of questions. By this time next year, will you be in the US or Italy? Hello, real one. I do remember you. It is good to see you back. You're back in the Annabelle groove. Fortune cookie groove, I think works better. Mary W., good to have you back too. Belinda, there we go. Thanks, Belinda. Thanks for letting me know you're here. All right, Belinda, let's see. Next year, by this time next year, we got the US or Italy. I think something holds you off from Italy for next year because we've got the Knight of Buttons here. There may be an opportunity that comes up in the United States that gives you a bit more reason to stay. Give me just a reason, just a simple reason. What is it? Lady Gaga. I got a million reasons. I got a million reasons. I just need one to stay. Can't remember the melody or the lyrics to that. Coming soon, by the way, guys, for your relationship questions, Barney and I are going to be working on some songs. Barney's a musician. I'm a singer. We're going to put those things together like peanut butter and chocolate. We're going to put some fun stuff together. So Barney's like, I think we should perform more. And I go, you know what? Let's do it. Let's do it. So what's going to come up in America? 6 of matches. Even though you don't feel super, super successful, there is going to be something in the United States that is going to bolster and support success for you. Family success, life success, that kind of stuff. In Italy, what was that, Greg? Oh, sorry. Hey, Cheeky, good to see ya. Good to see you, dude. Good to see ya. All right. If Cheeky's comments disappear, it's okay. Just want everybody to know. If Cheeky's comments disappear, it's all right. Cheeky's like one of those little wisp ghosts that you see on Animal Crossing. Cheeky drifts in, disappears. It's very cool. It's very, very, very on brand for this channel. So, there is something in the US that is going to bolster an existence for you, Belinda. And there's something about the conditions in Italy which are going to be much more of a roll of the dice and much more luck based. So I think when you make the practical decision, it's gonna wind up that the US is going to be a better practical landing point for you. So I hope that helps, my dear. Thank you for your patience waiting for me to get there. And thank you for your contribution. We're going to see that as well. Mean Green had questions about Meghan Markle's mom. So let's talk about Meghan Markle's mom. Where is Meghan Markle's mom? Doria, Doria. Doria, yeah. So good. Sing it with me, guys. I know it's Gloria, but we could do Laura Branigan. Doria, I think I got your number. I think they got your alias. Oh, she did have aliases, didn't she? All right, so where the hell is Doria? Where the hell is Doria? Where are you? Where are you? Where's Doria? What is she up to? What is Doria doing? What is Doria doing? Queen of Needles. She's working on something. The Empress in reverse. Guys, Doria's a carer. I don't care what anybody says. I think she is helping care for those kids. How's she feeling about that? She does not like it. It's chaotic. That's not where she wants to be, but she is getting paid to do it, guys. Doria is taking care of the kids. They rely on her a great deal. I also think that Doria is managing the nannies, but I think that the nannies, there's a lot of rotation there. They don't have the same ones all the time. There is one that stays like fairly regularly, and I think she was in the Netflix show, but for the most part, I think that they have these other nannies that kind of rotate. Oddly enough, I think they still have like night nannies. I think they still have nannies that are on duty overnight, which is bizarre. Because like that should just be your kids come to you. So Doria is doing the mom duty, but she's not really like warm and fuzzy there. Dave, I think the nanny issues are work-life balance. They really expect people to come in and work like 24 hours a day. So are we going to hear from Doria soon? Will she show up in London? Are we going to hear from Doria soon? Doria. When we see her, she's going to have a pickle puss. She is going to have a little pickle puss. She's going to be a little unhappy. A little bit unhappy. So she'll just look like stressed out. Is it real? Is the stress real? No. No. Doria doesn't want to be pulled away from the stuff that she's doing, which is not necessarily like real work. But you're the only one I can trust. Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi. You're my only hope. All right. So, Cheeky, I'll ask that question. Does Doria watch them on behalf of Meghan, Harry, or the royal family? Is she watching the kids on behalf of Meghan, Harry, or the royal family? Meghan, Harry, royal family. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Secret keeper. Secret keeper. The royal family, I think, peeled a little bit off for Doria so that they had access to that information, but I don't think she's ready to give it up, guys. I don't think she's going to give that up. So, yeah, I don't think she's going to give it up. But I do think that there was a conversation about her being equipped because she did take care of carers and her being equipped to kind of organize the child care. I think that someone put that in her head. Is she still on the royal family payroll, Doria? 5 of Needles, Hierophant, Emperor, Page of Buttons. Aren't you guys a smart bunch? Look at this. Look at this. I think there's a little bit of payments going on there. I think we've got a little bit of a stipend, or some may say benefactor. Who wants to say the word benefactor with me? Let's say it together. Benefactor. There's some people who think they have benefactors. Benefactors are given big bucks, not 20 bucks a month or anything like that. So interesting little reading there. We're going to mark it and we'll put that up a little bit later this week. Mean and Green, thank you for supporting the channel. You are fantastic. Belinda, you too. You guys are amazing. There's Dave. Who does Soho House belong to? Evelyn, I saw that there was an answer for this, and I think they said Ron Burkle bought it, who is good friends with Meghan Markle. They're like peas and carrots, like Forrest and Jenny. Forrest and Jenny. Nana Julian. Nana Julian's been here for a long time. So Nana Julian, you are going to get one card. Trip planned. Queen of Matches. It's going to go fast. So advice for you. Tower, Two of Cups. Make sure that you plan out the trip. Don't be Clark W. Griswold and like plan every second of it and then, not have those buffer zones. But sit down with your travel partner, make sure that you plan out everything that you want to see and have that kind of coordinated into like chunks of the day, like morning, afternoon, evening. And that way you'll be able to keep everybody happy. We'll have a happy trip. So the trip is going to go well, but there's going to be stuff that you want to see that you got to coordinate with your travel partner. So make sure that you do that, sweetie pie. Sophie Kent. This is a great question, not relevant to the royal family, but a quick one nonetheless. Do Kobe Bryant's parents regret their fighting and rough relationship, and will Vanessa reach out? So do they regret it? Two of Needles? Absolutely not. Three of Buttons. I do think that his parents would like more of a rich and robust relationship with the rest of the children. But it seems that everybody's kind of tucked into their safety corners for right now. So what would help for them? We need some time. We need some time. Are there regrets? I think they have put their hand out and had it slapped a few times. So I don't think that there's regrets that way. I think that, they've kind of been conditioned to not have a robust relationship. So that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Will Vanessa reach out to them? No, because Vanessa is a bit of the problem. Yeah, Vanessa is a bit of the problem. So, and I'm not saying that there's not a problem on the other side of the relationship, but I think there are a lot of opinions there about what was going on prior to the crash and then how relationships after the crash were sugar-coated. I still can't believe that he went down a helicopter. Like, it's just shocking. But I think there's some opinions about how people conducted themselves after. So that is unfortunate. Unfortunate. All right, so this is going to be our last one, guys. Last one. And I am very excited to say we got ourselves a psychic score. So, real one, I am thrilled that I gave you a reading and it came to fruition. Guys, these kinds of things serve my channel so well. It's great when you guys do this kind of stuff. So I want to do follow-up reading on that for Real One right now. Real One, what can you do to maximize your success in this new job? We're going to do past, present, and future. So in the past, one of the things that you've done is you have really made your home in your workplace. And that happens to a lot of us because, 8 hours a day, 10 hours a day, we're there more than we're with our own family. But in the past, becoming family or family adjacent with everyone did serve you well. But moving now into the current situation, you need to be a bit more guarded. We got a 9 of needles here, 9 of swords. Now that usually is anxiety, eruptions of emotions, those kinds of things. I want you to really be careful about who you invite into your personal circle, your inner circle. Make sure that you just have the people that the people that are going to serve you well and support you are in your inner circle, but keep a little mystery about yourself. How this is going to affect your future, if you follow these directions here, it's going to make this location, this job, more of a home for you. You possibly could see it all the way through into retirement. Good spot, good position, good stuff going on there. We've got the 4 of matches, which is the home card, the ceremony card. We get to stay where we are. This is a healthy marriage between you and the job. Just make sure that you don't let too many of these drive-bys in the office into your inner sanctum, into your inner world, because it's going to complicate your job and make it harder for you to do the task that has been assigned to you. So I am super stoked that we got a psychic score for you. Best wishes. Everybody's wishing you congratulations and best of luck in the comments. So 1 from me to you. Great news. I love it when my people are doing well in their worlds with my advice. Thank you so much. All right. And we've got one more question here that I want to answer. Oh, you're very welcome, Real One. Very, very welcome. Very, very welcome. So this is a long mixtape Monday. Thanks for sticking around, guys. We had a good count in here for the whole show. The whole show. Thank you, Zephyr. Questions closed. I am going to be editing, putting up some other stuff, and enjoying the rest of my day. All right. Will Harry ever wake up to what is going on in his world? It is July 6th, 2026. It's just about 5 o'clock in the evening, New York time. Is Harry ever going to wake up to what is going on in his world and how much he is destroying his world? 1 card, Page of Matches. He is still in destructo mode. Page of Matches is still burning all the bridges behind him. Harry's doing that. Ace of Needles, because he thinks he can restart. He thinks he is smarter than smart. Temperance, 6 of Buttons, and the 3 of Matches. He does need to understand that he needs to balance himself out. Until he does that, he will not recover. Also, that 6 of Buttons is debts mounting. I want you guys to know that. And the 3 of Matches is getting the gift of foresight and seeing what is coming in the future with the assistance of others. Perhaps it is this psychic. Maybe it is an accountant that he is talking to. But I do think that Harry is not going to see the folly of his ways until it lands on his face and wiggles. So, is bankruptcy the only thing that is going to stop Harry here? 10 of matches, when there's nothing left, when Meghan is gone, the kids are someplace else, and he's getting bills for everything from cheerleading to dance lessons to modeling pictures to therapies and therapists and whatnot. He is not going to get it until all of that is done. Too bad, so sad. Montecito Prince not waking up anytime soon. We're going to have to wait until the bucket has run dry. So, guys, we're going to put some selenite on that deck and we are going to wrap up our day. I got lots of editing that I have to do now because we clipped all of these videos and they're going to be shorter videos on my channel. Little marker there. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. I am sorry that I had all of these technical issues today. I seriously, when I started this live, I was almost in tears. I was really struggling. You know, one of the things that people don't understand with ADHD and other non-typical thinking neurodivergence, it's really hard for me to stay organized and on track. And when I'm doing my show, I usually have an outline, or better, I have my outline and notes all compiled over here. And I just couldn't get it to work today. It was really quite challenging and awful. I got this burst blood vessel in my eye. I don't know what that means. Like I don't know what that means. I'm sunburnt. I can't decide if I'm hot or cold, and we're gonna have more thunderstorms tonight. So I'm gonna tap into that energy. I will be out on my porch watching movies, which Ella and I have been having a great time on the lanai watching movies for like the whole of summer so far. It's been really fun. We're just kind of chilling out there, and we have our hand fans, and we just kind of enjoy the weather as it is. So you know what, it's just a little bit of a summer. It's not that bad. That's the only spot that I'm sunburned, Zeph. It's the only spot. It's just right here, right along the rim of my bikini. So, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you again so much for being here. Stay tuned. I will work out my schedule for the week. I'll know what I'm doing for the rest of the week a little bit later today, and I'll post it up tomorrow. But we're back. Our numbers are back. Our subscribers are up. We got a whole new community coming in from Think Beautiful. Guys, if you're not following Think Beautiful, go over and give her a follow. She is adorable. I love her. She puts out great content, really high quality content. Not like this kind of slapped together psychic content over here. But thanks so much, guys. I will see you this week in the future. Don't forget, it's my birthday too. My birthday's on the 12th. I'll see you later.